for Season 8, I'm going to give you guys the best updated dribble moves for all builds in NBA 2K24. I'll also be doing a beginners to intermediate dribble tutorial at the end of the video. Without further ado, drop a like and let's get into it. First thing I want you guys to do, you're going to go into your controller settings. This is important. You're going to go to your pro stick orientation and put it on absolute. This is going to make it a lot easier to dribble. And then you're going to put your pro stick function on default. I'm going to go over each move one by one, so make sure you're paying attention so you can figure out which moves best fit your play style and your type of play. For your dribble style, if you are 6'5 to 6'9, we all know what the best one is. 99.9% of all of the best players in the world are all using pro dribble style. The pro cross is just way too good. It's just too good. It's way too good, and you'll see later in the dribble tutorial. No questions asked, put on pro dribble style. Now, if you are 5'7 to 6'4, you really only have two options. Kyrie Irving is the best in the game by far. You need a 90 speed with ball. Unfortunately, for the 6'5 to 6'9, we do not get this. If we did, it would be broken. So put on Kyrie if you are 6'4 or under. And if you don't have the 90 speed with ball, put on pro. And if you are 6'10 to 7'3, put on normal. For our signature size up, they added a new one, Donovan Mitchell, which I love. Let's check it out. It just makes me so happy when 2K adds new dribble moves to the game that are actually effective and usable and good. And this is just me standstill dribbling, moving my right stick around, and just that alone is clean. But the best part about this, in my opinion, is when you hezzy speed boost out of your size up, there isn't like a delay. For some reason, anytime I would hezzy speed boost out of my De'Aaron Fox size up, there was like a slight delay. I feel like with this one, especially with the between the legs, there is no delay, which is going to make this very, very effective and very useful. And because of this, I think the combos that you're going to be able to do with this size up are about to be crazy. I'm definitely putting this on. Prior to Donovan Mitchell coming out, I was using De'Aaron Fox. This is still a very, very good one, but I'm for sure going to be switching to Donovan Mitchell. I recommend you guys try it out and switch too. We all know that Steve Francis is the best in the game though, but you need a 95 ball handle and you have to be under 6'5". If you can get this, good. If not, I would use De'Aaron Fox. I would use Donovan Mitchell. I would use Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is actually a great one if you're under 6'5". But for like all builds, I'm not gonna lie, bro, even better than D Rose, I really think this Donovan Mitchell is about to be it. And a lot of the top players are about to be using this one. If you are a big man with low ball handle, I want you to use Giannis, you need a 65, or I want you to use Kawhi 65 as well. Regular breakdown combo, they added Donovan Mitchell. Let's check it out. This is the full animation being played out. It's a super long animation. It looks cool to like combo with, but you're just asking to get ripped. I feel like the most effective way would be to hezzy speed boost like that, but in my opinion, it's not gonna be usable. You're just gonna get ripped. Unfortunately, there have been no changes from last video. There is still like 0 to like just 0.1% top players using their regular breakdown combo. Yeah, you can make some like cool combos with it, but as far as the meta, it really isn't usable. I use De'Aaron Fox. Again, I'm talking like meta. Of course, if you just play the game casually and you want to look cool and change stuff together, you can use whatever you want, but I don't test these enough to like actually know which ones look the best. And hold on. I already know in the comments, Dirk, you don't even test them. How do you know they aren't good? I literally, you guys know, okay? I play wagers all the time. I'm friends with all the top players, play stage. I'm in that like circle, and there are 0 top players that use their regular breakdown combo unless they are going for like a clip for a video or TikTok or something like that. It's no hate. You guys can dribble however you want. I just give you guys my best knowledge and my best tips and tricks to be a meta player. Aggressive breakdown combo, they added Donovan Mitchell again. Let's see how it is. Here is the full animation. I really wish this was usable because it looks fun and cool to combo with, but unfortunately you really can't. The only combo you can do with it to like actually score off of it is speed boosting off of the very first like thing here, but it's not gonna be effective, bro. Unfortunately, from last month, nothing has really changed. Ja Morant is still the overall best one in my opinion, but a lot more people are using LeBron now, so I would use LeBron or Ja Morant. You just need to know how to combo them correctly. But even then, a lot of the best players in the world do not use this move, so don't worry about it that much. Your escape, this is very, very important. If you guys did not know, I have now completely switched to Jimmy Butler escape. I think it's the best one in the game because of the LS cancels, your left stick cancels, and your L2 cancels with this escape, excuse me, are so easy. Like, your margin for error is just enormous compared to the Trae Young and the Kemba. Don't get me wrong, Kemba and Trae are still very glitchy. You need to be using Jimmy, Kemba, or Trae, but I just think Jimmy Butler is the best. Of course, this is my personal opinion. Most top players do think Kemba is the best in the game, so if you want to use Kemba, that is totally okay. For your combo moves, I used to never use these ever, but shout out to Joe Knows, he put me on. I'm not going to take the credit. You want to put on James Harden. This is a great way to crab your defender or to just get by them or get them off of you if they are pressing you up really, really high. Don't screw this up and get ripped. You know, practice it a little bit. But James Harden is really the most effective and best combo moves in the game. But in all honesty, the combo moves category still is not used a lot. I rarely use this, so do not stress it. But if you do want to try it out and use it, use James Harden. Crossover, they added Donovan Mitchell. Let's check it out. Let's see if it's any good. It's okay, but it isn't near as good as the three I'm about to show you. They are a lot better. The only way you could use this effectively is to like fade into a three like that, but it's not good, bro. If you have been watching me for a while now, you can probably predict the three I'm going to say. Kobe Bryant, De'Aaron Fox, and John Wall. If you don't have the Kobe unlocked, but you need an 88 ball handle, you can use De'Aaron Fox or John Wall. I personally like John Wall, but it's personal preference. You need to take advantage of this move. The moving crossover you'll see later in the drill tutorial is one of the best ways to score in this game, okay? It's super broken, so make sure you stay towards the end for that. Put on John Wall, D Fox, or Kobe. For your behind the back, I think we all know by now that the best explosive behind the back and the overall best behind the back in the game is Jamal Murray. Like, it's just way above everything else. I know there's people who like will use Curry here and there, but it's like I don't understand why it isn't as good. And then some people will try to say Tyrese is as good as Jamal, which just isn't true at all. Isn't at all. The only reason why a person wouldn't use Jamal Murray is because they want a running, moving behind the back, but like that's just not how this game works. You really don't like want to even use that. I would rather use a moving crossover instead. But if you do like the moving behind the backs, your best two options are Kobe Bryant and then Trae Young. If you do not have a high ball handle, put on DeMar DeRozan explosive behind the back. You need a 75. Surprisingly, I'm doing spins a lot more now because there is like a half spin you can do with Steve Nash into the John Wall crossover or the Kobe Bryant behind the back that is super glitchy. So put on Steve Nash, best spin in the game. You only need an 80 ball handle. For your hesitation, you have a lot of very good options. A lot of people like Tyrese Halliburton because you can hit the hezi, then hit it into a Jamal Murray behind the back. I would say if you're just an average casual player, this one is the best for you because you can literally just hezi to one side, then behind the back right after to the other. But I think the best one in the game is Jason Tatum. The reason why is the hezi glide speed boost, in my opinion, is the quickest burst out of this hezi, okay? That's my opinion. There are a lot of people who use Chris Paul. There are people who use Ja Morant. There are people who use Paul George, okay? It's personal preference, but if you want what I think is the best, I think it is Jason Tatum, and I'll teach you how to hezi glide correctly. It's super OP in the dribble tutorial. Your step back is very, very important, so pay attention. The overall meta, like the one that all of the like absolute sweats use, it's the most common, is John Wall. I personally think it's the best one in the game because the wall hopback and the snatch are just way too good, and really nothing else can compete. But there are a lot of people now, like I would say like maybe 5% of the top players have switched it up. They are using Luka. This is what Steezo uses. I like to play around with this. It is fun. And then people are using Levine and Harden. You only need a 75 for Levine, so that's pretty cool. So the four best are Luka, Harden, Levine, and Wall. Now, if you're under 6'5", You can use Curry because you have a running snatchback, which is very effective, but I still recommend Wall instead of Curry. But again, it's all personal preference. Try all 5 of these out, but I'm gonna give it to John Wall as the best step back in the game. Okay, this is a beginners to intermediate dribble tutorial. If you want the advanced one to turn into the ultimate dribble god, I will leave that in the description. I recommend watching that after you are done watching this. So our first dribble move is our escape, okay? Very, very easy. The ball's in your right hand, you're going to flick your right stick up diagonal left, and if the ball's in your left hand, you're gonna flick your right stick up diagonal right while holding turbo. And then to speed boost out of it, as soon as you do that, you're going to just move and hold your left stick in that same direction as you can see in the hand cam. And you can do it between the legs as well, and that is just going side to side instead of diagonal up. The next move is our explosive behind the back. You are holding your right trigger the entire time, and you are flicking your right stick down diagonal, right or left, to the opposite ball hand. It is very, very easy. Next we have is our snatchback. You're holding the right trigger the entire time and just flicking down on your right stick. It is that simple, just flicking down on your right stick while holding turbo. Would you look at that? Just by spamming your escape, behind the back, and snatchback, you can come up with tons of combos and tons of ways to score just by using those 3 moves and spamming them over and over again in any combo that you want. This is the Hezi Glide I was telling you guys about. If you take anything from this video, you need to learn this move. This is so how you can speed boost out of everything. You can literally speed boost out of any move in the game if you learn to Hezi Glide, and it is super easy. You need to learn this. So here's how you do it. You're holding turbo the entire time. If the ball's in your right hand, you're going to flick down diagonal right first, and then right after, you're going to flick and hold your left stick up diagonal right in that same direction. And if the ball's in your left hand, you're flicking your right stick down diagonal left and then moving and holding your left stick up diagonal left, and you're holding your right trigger the entire time. If it is not working for you, which it might not at first, it means you are doing it too fast. You need to wait like a half of a second before you then move and go with your left stick. I actually lied. I said the last move was what you need to take from this video. No, bro. This is what you need to take from this video. Actually, you know what? Take them both. Okay, but the moving crossover is arguably the most effective move in the game, and it doesn't even look special. The reason why it's special is because anytime a defender is on our hip, or just like not directly in front of us, almost like not getting a bump animation, you can just hit your moving crossover. It's gonna launch you in front of them, and you're gonna get a wide open dunker layup every single time, and it's super easy to do. I do it in all of my wagers, and every time I'm sweating, I actually do this. I do this move so much. Anyway, how you do it is you're holding your right trigger the entire time, and then flicking your right stick up diagonal right or left to the opposite ball hand. It is that easy. This is your left stick pro cross I was talking about in the dribble style. It's one of the best moves in the game, and it's so easy and so effective. It's hard to explain like why it's so effective. You just have to watch like top players play, and you can like see how it's used. You can get out of situations, you can fade out of it, you can do it and then hit the wall across the basket. Like, it is just so effective, and all you're doing is you're holding your right trigger and you are moving and holding, like it's like a flick and hold almost, your left stick down diagonal left or right to your opposite ball hand. This next move is the snatchback into the push cross, and you are only able to do this because of your pro dribble style. So that like kind of also ties into your pro cross, and you can also do this into the John Wall, which is super glitchy. All you're doing is you're holding your right trigger the entire time. You're hitting your snatchback, so down on your right stick, and then you are moving and holding your left stick up diagonal right or left to the opposite ball hand, and that's how you do the move. And you can wall cross, you can hop back, you can hit the fade, you can go to the rim, whatever you want. If you want the advanced dribble tutorial, which I highly recommend watching, that video is on screen. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if it helped you out, or if you enjoyed it, or just to be nice. Have a good day. Go out.